What's up guys, it's Danny from Dan's Reptiles. This is a reptile room update for February 2023. You can see the tanks all running. This is the second video actually I've got of both tanks now up and running. You guys might have seen the snake setup now up and running for the reptile feeding video I just posted. But yeah, so got these two tanks, got another skink pit over there, got spotted python inside, and I've got a short-necked turtle as well. A couple spare tanks that hopefully will have new additions like this other one over here. Yeah, if you guys want more info on this big setup, I'll be posting a video shortly, if not when I get that nice and ready for a new addition potentially. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. So starting off with the first tank, this is my eastern water dragon enclosure. This house is my female, which is right there. That is Medusa, and I have my larger male. She'll run, so ignore her for a second. There's Mushu, they just jumped around. So here's Mushu. I'll get the camera to focus for you. So he's getting pretty big from what he used to be when I first got him. He was about 10 grams when I first got him. And now he's about nearly 200 grams. Mushu, a bit smaller. She's a female, Medusa, female, Mushu, male. I'll take you guys in to see the enclosure, so give me a second. So here's the enclosure. So measurements, it's about 1.8 high, about 2 meters deep, and about I think it's just under a meter wide. Substrate is wood chips. Got Reptile 1 hammock there. Another Reptile 1 hammock there. Reptile hide. Got some log that I treated. I found this pond and that on the side of the road. I put a little pump in there, which gives it a flow of water. Got a little palm plant there. You guys can read that species. If you guys ever want that. Grows nicely in here, I water it almost every day. Log there, fake little rock ornament that they use to clamp onto this. Got a basking rock over there, there's the power point, weatherproof. There's the pump, a little brick there, keeps it all solid there. You got little ledges and crevices for them to crawl under there. Got a pipe there, they can go in under the water, which they never do. There's Mushu just hiding in there. Rocking plants in here. Like I said, there's the basking rock. So if it gets cold, I can turn this heat light on, which I'll show you guys. Excuse me, Medusa. Ugh. That's just a 50 watt Reptile 1 heat bulb. I think that's their salad slash meal superworm dish. So I just had some salad in there earlier. And there's Medusa, my female water dragon. I thought these guys were related, turns out they're not. I spoke to the breeder. Should be sweet if they do breed. And I'll get Mushu out for you guys. Hop up here, Mushu. There's the big boy Mushu. To identify a male from a female is if you look at his stomach. He'll probably run, yep. But his stomach, if you look closely, has tints of red on the side, but it's mainly at the bottom. And that identifies as a male. So this is their setup. Got a nice rainforest wall that backs onto the diamond python enclosure, bamboo backing, and LED light there. But yeah, that's their enclosure. If you guys want more on this, let me know in the comment section down below. And without further ado, let's moving on to the next tank. Now before it gets dark, I'll quickly go over this enclosure. This is my skink pit. It contains 3 of my lizards. Whitey, my albino blue-tongued skink. Maximus, my Queensland locality eastern blue-tongued skink. And Dwayne, my shingleback skink. So the measurements are 3 meters long by 1 meter wide by about, I think it's 60 centimeters high or 600 mil high. Sorry about that. Substrate, just wood chips through the whole entire enclosure. You got roof tiles, got colour bond there on just 2 timbers, so it keeps it upright, so it acts as like a hide and a basking spot. I've let the weeds overgrow through most of the enclosure because they love hiding it, but I'm going to trim it back very shortly. Got a grass ledge here, so timber underneath, grass just stapled on. Another roof tile there. Big basking rock that weighed about nearly 100 kilos that me and my dad got in there, so that ain't going anywhere. These are timber supports, so that means this is actually fastened into the ground. And it started to expand over the years because I've had this for a couple of years, so I put this foam in here. So as you can see, it's expanding more, so it's coming out. But that was when the water dragons were in there, so it's not much of a hassle now. Custom hide that I made, that's just made out of a plastic pot with fake grass on top that are just siliconed on. Food dish, had some carrots in there, some blueberries, some watermelon, some stuff like that. And a couple wood skins or timber skins, so when you're cutting wood sometimes the skin comes off. So I got these from my buddy. Got that one, no one underneath that. And then a flat one. Don't know what brand of hide that is. That's their water dish, their big one for the hot days. And here's our first animal of the evening. I'll move this real quick. Here is Whitey. Here's my albino blue-tongued skink. He's a supposed male, but I will be getting him sexed soon, see what I can do in regards to breeding, because it'd be cool to breed blue tongues. He's a very chill blue tongue. And with albino blue tongues, they don't actually have a blue tongue. As you can see, he's got a nice pink tongue due to his genetic mutation being albino. There he goes, and I'll get back to you with the next animal. So here is my big girl, Maximus or Maxine, Queensland locality eastern. She's about 52-53 centimeters long, weighs almost a kilo, and she's a Queensland locality eastern, so you get the nice brown stripes this side there. She was just hiding underneath here. This is her burrow, it goes all the way underneath. She's a beast when it comes to eating, and she'd be a good breeder, but I don't have a mate for her. And to find the last resident, I have to go hide hunting and also grass sweeping, because he usually chills in the grass. Out of all the lizards, the hardest one to find chills in there. Alright, he is awful to find. See what I mean by these weeds? They can literally just come out like that. Alright, I'll be back with you guys in a minute, because it's going to be hard to find. Wait for the bloop. Bloop. And after all that, he was under the roof tile. Oh. So here is Dwayne. I'll put him in the light for you guys so you guys can see. Here's my shingleback skink. He's a big chunky boy, so you guys can see. He will go nicely in the grass. If you guys want more videos on this, sorry for it being at night time, by the way. I'm just trying to get this out on the first. I like to get these out early, and I was very busy today with work and training. But yeah, if you want more on this setup, I'm hoping to renovate this eventually this year. So I'm hoping for it to be a bit taller, a bit wider, and it will be relocated because it's a bit inconvenient having it right here. I'm thinking of having it over in the corner there somewhere. And then I'm also thinking of getting my turtle in an outdoor pond soon, hopefully too. So most of my animals outside, everyone but my blonde spotted python. But yeah, Oh, also with the doors, it's just hinges, mesh, really just stapled in with a staple gun. Got tarp on the back so it stays 100% dry underneath there during the rain, so when it rains they all crawl over to there. Now these guys will eat mainly dog food, like the blue tongues. Shinglebacks prefer more of a salad type diet, so you got blueberries, carrots, you got greens, stuff like that. I give them watermelon on hot days, they seem to love that. And then I also give them superworms on the treat days. So when I'm feeling a bit generous and I feel like giving them a nice treat, I'll chuck a whole bunch of superworms in and then they go absolutely crazy. So these timbers just hold the doors up. They don't really need them, they can hold themselves up, but I don't really want that risk in case something goes wrong. But yeah, that's this enclosure. Maxine looks like she's about to go back into her burrow, so I'll let her be, and I'll show you guys the next enclosure over there. So this is Crystal setup. She is my female diamond python. Same setup as before, like next door with the water dragons. It's 1.8 meter high, about 2 meters long, just over, I think it's about 2.2 long, and just under a meter wide. Except for not just the bamboo backing, it's also got the rock wall edge there. I'll just bring you guys in for this one so you guys get a better idea of this setup. So I think it turned out really well. There's a bit more to come in here soon, little waterfall, not as big as that, just so she has a nice flowing water instead of that basic water dish there, and some more plants hopefully, but we'll get to that. Got some gum tree branches here that are still a bit flaky. I kept these out dry for a week, washed them, treated them, and they've turned out good. And so it's got a couple of these in. This one's just secured in by a big timber here, so I screwed that into a big timber that goes across the entire enclosure. A couple of branches here and there. Got these hanging, what do you call them? Just your pots, I guess. You put plants in here and you can hang them. I put two on top of each other here, made a little hole here so she can get in there. Saw that little cheeky idea on YouTube. They all hang on the branches that are all tightly secured. And then this branch sends her over to the rock wall. If you guys want info on how I make these little things, not the best looking, this is my actual first one. I tried making them before but always gave up, so this is the first one that I actually stuck to. But I hope to make some more in the future, which would be sweet. Yeah, it's pretty easy, it's just very time consuming if you want to do it right. So that's builder's foam, which is like a green sheet. I've got it in there actually, it looks like that. And cement or mortar, so it's like a sand and cement mix. But yeah, power point down there for her as well, so there'll be a heat light further up here, hopefully. But with the snake I have to put a cage on it, like a little mesh cube, so she doesn't touch it. Another palm plant here, that's the species of it, if you guys want to know. There, golden cane. Water dish, this is just wood chips as substrate as well. And then you got the little rainforest wall as well. These are just literally, so it looks like those, so just timber with all different types of fake plants that I got. So it'd be nice. I'm hoping to put little hose across all three enclosures, so if I can turn on with one hose or just mist down like a, let's say, a little waterfall or rainfall. But yeah, she's decided to do a big wee over there. If you guys didn't know, reptile wee comes out like that. It's also excess calcium. Ugh. That's a little dish that covers a hole in the tub. And this is a little humid hide. There she's there, being all angry because I've taken her out to start this video. But she's a big girl. She had half a kilo rabbit. I'll put the clip up now for you guys. But yeah, little 90mm hole there. I think actually about 80. I just used the little triangle bit. Don't strike me. She's a bit annoyed that I took her out when she was sleeping. Substrate's just koi peat. Keeps it humid in there. Nice and cool when it's hot, and vice versa. But yeah, that's it for the second enclosure of this setup. So you got her, and then back to back with the water dragons. If you guys have any recommendations what to add into these enclosures, let me know in the comment section down below. Just LED strips go straight across. Also expander foam goes in the gaps. I'll just show you guys. At the back there, expander foam. And there's expander foam in these as well for Crystal, so she doesn't decide to get any ideas and go down one of these bamboo sticks. But yeah, so hopefully I can get this third one up and running soon so I can have a nice new addition in there. But so far, not so good. These will be having locks on them soon. And I plan on putting little nameplates here or at the bottom, so it just says what it is, like what species in here, where it comes from, and all that stuff. So she's currently on 1/2 kilo rabbits, or 500 gram rabbits. These guys, super worms, bits of salad, bits of dog food, whatever they really decide. So I'll give them insects during the day, and I'll give them salad. That's the plan at the moment. But yeah, be good to get this one up and running. In here, I'm hoping to have a monitor of some sort. It's got spare stuff in here at the moment. Buckets, cement, timber, some more hides, builder's foam. This one also has a power point. And what's good about this setup is it's all wired by myself. So you guys can sort of see, it's all conduited at the back here and it's all controlled by this switch. So if I want to turn the lights off, I just push this one and all of them turn off. All 3 lights. So that one does the lights, and each power point does a cage. So this will be cage 1, which is the spare one, cage 2 crystals, and cage 3 water dragons. The reason why that's on is because I want the waterfall going, or the pump, and I've got the light turned off manually, so when winter comes I can just turn that on whenever I choose, like during the day and all that, or I can just put a timer on it. But yeah, there will be a video coming out on how I build this, but it will come out once I've actually completed it. But it is a beautiful setup. I reckon I've done really good. A lot of hours put into it. And over here you guys can see I've got the fitting ready for the hoses, ready to go. So you can just plug in the top with your hose, and there'll be 3 of them taken all across the top, and the 4th one will be just looped so they can fill up their water dishes. So you don't even need to get into the enclosure at all to fill up their water dishes. It'll only be for feeding. But yeah, so that's enough for this big enclosure. If you guys want more info on everything, just let me know. I got this from Kyle Western Sheds. They're a shed company that had this on special, and I had to buy it because it's an amazing thing to do. I saw it and instantly thought I could put 3 different types of reptiles in this, all in close proximity. And what's good is it's portable, so as much as it is pretty heavy, there's nothing underneath it. That's just rubber. So underneath this substrate, you've got big thick rubber sheets here. So all the water just goes, because it's on a little bit of a slope, they all come out. You can see here the water comes there and it just flows straight into the grass, so it can't get flooded. And there's also a drain there. But yeah, I've just saddled it with one saddle so the conduit's not loose. But I could literally just take the saddle out, and this is got an extension lead and it's plugged into a GPO up there, or a general power outlet. So if we decide to move, I can literally just unplug it, unscrew that, unscrew this off the wall, and take it. So yeah, if you guys got any questions on this one, let me know. But without further ado, let's get to the next animal. As I was checking, got ourselves a little visitor. Howdy, howdy. Glad to know got some frogs already coming. The water dragons have only been out here for a little bit. That's our first frog found. I'm thinking of it, might have to do a little frog thing for you guys. You look a little bit dehydrated, but that's cool. First frog of the night, I guess. I should put like a little frog thing over here for you guys. A couple of PVC. Oh, as you hit the floor. There he is down there. There you go. That'd be cool. Have a little frog thing there. Put a couple of agapanthus there. Jeez, you're very active. You're a very active little frog, aren't you? Well, if you stay around, you can't get in, mate. I know you hear water, but the water dragons will eat you. Literally. Well, I don't want you to get eaten, alright? You're going to try and fit in there. Yeah, I'll leave you to it. Have fun, buddy. Off you pop. Now onto the garage. So back behind me, I have Striker, my male spotted python. So let's get to him. He's coming out to say hi to the camera. Howdy, howdy. Beautiful animal. He's the first snake I ever bought. Very bright coloration, very nice blonde, yellowy type of coloration. Got some lighter browns on him as well. Hey, beautiful. Give the camera a sniff. So this is his setup. It's a 3-foot Reptile 1 enclosure, 2 feet high, 3 feet wide, and I think it's a foot deep. Custom foam, rock wall in the back. Bought that one. And just stuck it on the back, I guess. Substrate is Critter Crumble. He will be getting changed to Koi Peat because this one has outlived itself. He's shed all over the place because he had a bad shed. He usually has good shed, so this one to be a bad one is a bit of a surprise. So I'm putting him onto a more humidity side in regards to substrate. Hey. Got a gum tree branch in here for him too, so fake plant. Builder branch here, Reptile 1, sitting in here. Exoterra hide. Don't know what brand that is, can't remember. And then water dish needs to be changed because he decided to shed in it too. Yeah, beautiful snake. I will be doing up his whole enclosure soon. I'm hoping to go bioactive with him because outside's got all the natural plants and all that. Hoping to grow some stuff in there too. UVB strip across the top. Got a 150 heat bulb in there. That's not usually on, I'm just showing you guys. But yeah, so that's what usually it is. UVB isn't really on either because snakes don't necessarily need UVB like bearded dragons, other species where they need it full time practically, or just during the day when they're awake and running. I've got a heat mat in here that's off at the moment because it's summer, but this is usually my heat source. Heat mat underneath the rock. He eats adult mice. He will be upgrading, but I usually feed him 2 adult mice a week, so he will be upgrading soon. He's been a very slow grower because he's a couple years old and he should be a bit bigger, but I've been gut loading him lately to try and get him to a nice size, and I'm surprised he's kept this colour. Honestly, he's kept a beautiful colour. It'd be good to breed him, but I just haven't found a snake like him that I've been able to purchase. But if I do, definitely will be worth breeding because I reckon the babies will be beautiful. But enough on Striker. I'll just say what's going on up here. Spare enclosure up here. In here I am housing superworms and some beetles. So I'll close this up for you guys real quick first. I'll show you the superworms I've got up here. So they're just in an open tub at the moment. Got some carrots in here that I fed them. So this is a couple of dead ones I've got to clean out. So this is what the water dragons that are eating. Just got that. So I check them once a week, put some food in there for them, clean out if there's any dead ones and all that because you got to get rid of them. In here I had beetles, but now there's nothing. There's just a pupae in there that I found. So every week when I check the water dragon cage and I give it a quick clean, if I see any visual poo and all that I clean out, I usually find beetles because superworms get out of their little tub thing. So I go looking for them, put them back into their tub, and if they come out like this, then I put them in here. So I've got a couple beetles in here. Be good if they breed. I'm going to be changing their substrate so they will breed. Get off. There you go. Yeah, it'd be good to breed. Very cost efficient if I can breed. I've been wanting to get into it, just haven't had the time and space because you need a lot of space for the pupaes, because if you keep them all together, they don't all pupae around the same time. They tend to eat each other, especially when they become beetles. Superworms will eat the beetles. You've seen it happen a lot of times. But yeah, spare tank, just got a UVB bulb up there, heat bulb, just in case one of the lizards needs to come in. The power board, everyone knows the power board with all the indoor reptile enclosures. That's why I like having them outdoors. Very cost efficient in regards to electricity, and they get their natural UVB rays, sun rays, the natural heat, and they seem to like it out there. It's a lot more space there as well. So in here is the last reptile of the show. This is Sunshine. She is my female Murray River turtle. She's the oldest reptile I own here and the one I've had the longest. I got her, I think, 2012. She was the second reptile I ever bought. I bought a bearded dragon, Charlie, just literally an hour before her. There's a photo of her there. She sadly passed away, as well as her partner Bumblebee, a couple years back. Very old photo, that one. That was taken back in maybe 2014, about a year and a bit later. So see, she just chills there. And Sunshine was bought about 30 minutes after her. So this is her setup. This is a 6-foot custom made aquarium. Nice wood backings or front straight across, so it gives that nice effect. A couple plants from side to side. It is pretty bare at the moment. I want to upgrade her into either a bigger indoor aquarium setup or get her outdoor in the pond. So it is pretty bare at the moment, so she has enough space to swim around. I tend to put fish in here, but she eats them very fast, same as yabbies. So she eats fish, yabbies, the turtle pellets, and I throw in a couple crickets every now and then. Throw in a few superworms as well, maybe a woody or two. She eats everything. She is the biggest feeder out of everyone. You'll feed her once or twice a day, and she will literally come up. Like if I go over to here and I pretend I'm feeding her, I'll take this glass top off. You know what? This will be better. I grab the food and I shake it. All of a sudden she'll go absolutely crazy. Look, see, she's trying to get out just to get to the food. She is a very aggressive feeder, very food responsive. And look, I'll go over here and she usually splashes me. That's how desperate she gets for food. Give her a quick feed for you guys. I fed her literally this morning too. Where's your manners? And then she gets that food responsive. She doesn't realise the food is literally just getting swept away because of her. Yeah, this is her main diet at the moment, just some turtle pellets, but she also gets her treats like insects, yabbies and fish. 2 heaters in there, and 2 waterfalls also. So you got one there and you got one there. 2 intakes for the filter, one there and the big one over there. This is just a custom made ramp, just a bit of bent plastic or plexiglass, whatever you want to call it. Grass for her to get out. The water's not usually that high, I just filled it up and it will lower itself pretty soon, so it allows her to get out and get her shell nice and dry. Paper backing, just of some rocks, came with the tank, so I don't know. Big LED strip across, so it's got 4 globes in it. It's got a day mode and a night mode, but I don't think so that's day, but I don't think the night ones work anymore. Nah, the blue ones don't work, so it could have like the blue. So this was originally for fish, so yeah. You got them big white, if you guys know aquariums, a lot of people have these like white sheets. You can see just the back there, so it keeps this all raised, and when all the gunk sinks through the rocks, it sits at the bottom underneath those, so it's a lot easier to clean. So when I empty it, I can take all the rocks out and all the gunk will be underneath. These are all just spare drawers full of gear. Yeah, more tubing, other stuff in there as well, very full. There's my scale and vermiculite for when I had eggs and all that. This is soundproofing sheets. There's the filter. Fairly quiet for a filter, considering we only paid like 80 bucks for that. Excuse me, sneeze me. And then I did all the tubing and all that myself at the back here. I don't know if you guys can see. But yeah, I did all the tubing there, so there's only one intake and outtake for that, so I had to split it with a T-piece with my decent plumbing skills. yeah, that's it for this reptile room. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of what you guys want to see next. There'll be a lot of reptile expos coming this month. So I got the Ballarat, and I'm pretty sure I got the Sydney one as well. And then I think next month is Penrith. I can't remember the dates. I know I've got 5 all up: Ballarat, Penrith, Sydney, VHS, and Brisbane. So stay keen for that. If you guys want to know all the exact dates, locations and all that, just, there's a video out. I guess I posted it 2 videos back from this, and go check it out. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button again and subscribe to see more. I will be posting a lot more this year. This year is the big year for this channel. Stay tuned, there's a lot coming. I'll be traveling, obviously, filming expos. I'll be driving the Northern Territory, hopefully, if all comes to plan with my TAFE and work. So it'll be a big trip driving up there, staying up there for a week. So I'll be fishing, looking for wild snakes, lizards, crocs, hopefully getting a couple tours. It'll be great. So stay tuned for that, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. See ya.